Hi everyone, welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we're going to make a homemade bone broth using the Vitaclay multi-crock and stock pot. Now there is a lot of health benefits to using the Vitaclay because it's made out of unglazed clay. So join me as we take a look at the Vitaclay and we make a bone broth using some very delicious ingredients. So there's a lot out there nowadays about the health benefits of bone broth. If you Google it, you will come up with a lot of different options in terms of making a bone broth. It has a lot of collagen in there. It's helpful for your hair, your teeth, your bones, all that stuff. And it's sort of the next wave of things that people are making is homemade bone broth. And one of the things you can do is you can make bone broth in a product like the Vitaclay. And the Vitaclay is very interesting because it is made out of all natural unglazed clay. One of the things a couple years ago is some stuff came around about slow cookers. And there are a percentage of slow cookers that use lead in the glaze. So there's a big need for more natural products when it comes to slow cookers. And that's what Vitaclay is. They don't use glaze on their crock. So all you have is the natural clay instead of running the risk of getting chemicals in your food from the glaze. So this is the Vitaclay. It's a 6-in-1 stock pot that's a fast slow cooker. And it's a fast slow cooker in that when you put your bones in there or your meat or whatever you're cooking, it brings it up to temperature quickly to lower the risk of bacteria and stuff forming, because slow cookers tend to do it really slow and your food is in the danger zone a lot longer than it really should be. This brings it up to temperature fast, and then the computer on it clicks it over to slow cooking and continues your cook. Some people cook their bone broth up to 24 hours, and it really gets everything out of those bones and the vegetables you use into that broth, and it makes a really, really hearty broth. Some people drink it instead of drinking coffee. Today, we are going to take this baby out of the box and we are going to make some bone broth in it. So this is your unglazed clay. And it's sort of like a crock pot, but instead you have the health benefits of no glaze on the clay. Now, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Vitaclay for sending me this, and we can try it out and see how it works. One of the things about this is you just have to take a little bit more care with the crock because it is unglazed. You don't really want to throw it in the dishwasher because clay can absorb stuff just like cast iron would. You just want to use a little bit of soap and clean it out. You know, there's a little bit more maintenance than with the traditional slow cooker, but there's also a lot of health benefits in that there's no chemicals in the glaze that they use to make the crock. So that's what the Vitaclay offers us. So it's a fast, smart, and easy cooker. You can make yogurt. You can do it on fast cooking, steaming, slow cooking. Like I said, it has an unglazed clay with a high clay top, which enhances the flavor and texture. It has superior heat retention. It's naturally activation of enzymes and minerals for nutrition absorption, and it is lead free. The secret is basically in the clay. So let me get this baby open and then we will start our bone broth. If you're interested in taking a look at the Vitaclay, I'll put a link down in the description where you can read the specs on it. Okay, so I have all our ingredients out here. Here's the Vitaclay. It's all out of the box. It has a high dome lid on it. It also has these things. They're little plugs for vents. Make sure you don't lose these little things. And this is our cooker. So what I have here is some chicken bones that we saved left over from a whole chicken. We used the meat for something else. So I also have some carrot. I have baby carrots. Onion, I just chunked a medium to large onion up. I have some garlic. I have about 5 cloves because I love it. Celery, I had like a whole bunch of celery and I just cut it up into like little sticks. I don't know, I might use all of this. I just wanted to cut it all so I didn't waste any. I also have some apple cider vinegar and I have some bay leaf and some peppercorns. So the apple cider vinegar, we're going to put this in here, and a lot of people say it draws a lot out of the bones. So we're going to do that just because we want to maximize the health benefits of this. So we're going to put all this in here, then we're going to fill this up with water to cover it. So the very first thing is the chickens. And these aren't too attractive, but they are what they are. I have 2 chickens here, but I probably don't need that much. We'll put some of the wings in here. That should be good enough. Okay, so now we have our onion. Yum, yum. Carrot. This is just our aromatics. Celery. Garlic. So next I'm going to fill this up with water. So that was 4 cups. Here's another 4 cups. We probably could use a little bit more. And here's 2 more. And we're pretty much using filtered water. You want to use something that you've taken the chlorine out of. So use filtered water, bottled water, spring water, something like that. We're going to put our apple cider vinegar in here. We're going to put our bay and our peppercorns. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a stir to get some of that stuff down there. So I'm not going to salt this, and because I really want this to have no salt, so when I use it in a dish, I can salt it that time. Because if we salt now, it could be over salted, or it really depends on the dish we're going to use it for. You don't know how much you want it salted or not. So I prep this with no salt, and anything you can salt at the end. So let's close up the crock. So bone broth, you are going to cook this for a long time. We are going to cook this actually overnight. Right now it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm going to bed because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Some people cook this 10, 12, 15, even 24 hours in this. I'm just going to do 8 to 10 and we'll see how that goes from there. Okay, so we're just going to hit the menu till you see the light on slow. We're going to change the time, and this time goes up to 9.5 hours. If you want to do it longer, you'll just come back and reset it. So we're good to go. And we're going to come back tomorrow morning and we're going to have some delicious bone broth. Okay, so it is the next morning and we had a nice restful sleep, and our bone broth has been simmering away all night. It's been about 10 hours and it's time to open this baby up. I have it on a keep warm setting. So let's see what we have. Ooh. Now we're talking. Pretty much the chicken has given up, everything that it's gonna give up. It is totally broken down. It's hard to tell what's chicken and what isn't. right now, right? Because it's completely broken down. The bay leaves have given off their goodness. The celery, the onions, and the carrot. And I think this is looking mighty luscious. So I'm going to bring my assistant over. He's going to dump this for me and strain it, and then we'll see what we have.
All right, I took some temperatures with this guy here, and he's showing that the liquid is still near boiling temperature, and the rest of the stuff is around 190. So I recommend some silicone gloves if you're going to be splashing around. Me, I'm just going to grab some of this carcass out before I get into the heavy-duty pouring of this. Anything I can do to make that part easier. But like Amy said, this thing here is definitely the chicken. I mean, we'll do a quick little look there. It's definitely a mess here. We started out with a whole carcass, had bones and everything. I don't even know where those went. They're somewhere in there. Okay, Amy overruled me on something. I wanted to use this. See, that's a medium sieve, whatever you want to call it, strainer. This one's more of a finer one. The idea is this will let, obviously, a lot of things pass. Potentially parts of bones or cartilage and stuff that you don't really want in your final broth, right? You don't want to be drinking the stuff thinking you're eating garbage. But on the other hand, going through something like this, depending upon how much stuff is in there, could take longer to drain. My thought was to do a two-step process. She wants to just do it in one, so we'll do it through hers. If you really want to do a fine job, do it through cheesecloth. That'll catch more. But the problem is, that'll give you more of a clearer broth, but you might lose a little flavor depending upon what it strains out. So that said, let's get our gloves on here, right? So now that I got my gloves on, we're gonna go ahead and pick this bad boy up, and I don't know, kind of heavy, kind of hot. All right, so we'll see. Ideally, you do what my wife was doing, but and that is if you got a big, I don't know, stock pot or something with a big cone looking one of these, and it can do the supporting for you, or if your lovely spouse wants to volunteer, then that can be helpful. But in this case, we're just going to do that. And I got most of the liquid right there on the first shot. Now, because this is a fine sieve, like I told my boo, it's going to take a little while to go through. Just hold that guy, right?
Okay.
Pretty assistant, right? And we're just going to go ahead and pour this little guy in there.
Yum. Smells like chicken in here.
It better. It's been cooking this forever. All right. I think we got enough in this strainer now. So you can see that's clean, right? Yum, yum. So let's go ahead and get that in there. Got a lot of cloudiness in here, which means we have a lot of things in there. We obviously have some chicken fat, which we can either run through a defatter, or you can put this in the fridge for a while once it cools down to room temperature, and then the fat will then come to the surface, and then you can skim that out. The rest of the stuff is probably just collagen and, you know, and good flavorness and stuff. So depending, if you have to have a clear broth for whatever you're cooking, then you need to do this a couple of times. Otherwise, I think just getting the fat out will be good. If you get any more else, you're going to lose flavor. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet this stuff has no flavor, right? Because it tastes like mush. I mean, it's got chicken flavor, but not really a whole lot. So I think it gave up the ghost.
So we have some absolutely fabulous bone broth right here. The Vitaclay did an awesome job. It really, you know, cooked it and cooked it and cooked it, got all the flavor out of those vegetables, the aromatics, and the chicken. And I don't know about you, but this is going to be delicious. I didn't salt it. I wanted to leave it unsalted, so when we use it in a recipe, I can salt there depending on what type of recipe that we're doing. You never know if you will over salt it, so I just left it unsalted. If you wanted to just drink this in a mug, salt it, and then it would be fabulous. So the Vitaclay gets the Amy Learns to Cook thumbs up. So I just want to take this opportunity once again to thank Vitaclay for sending us this organic crock pot. We are going to have a great time, and we obviously made a fabulous bone broth. If you're interested in taking a look at the Vitaclay, there's a link in the description to the Amazon page. If you like this video, please subscribe below and leave me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook.
Tastes like chicken, right? Yum, yum. Chicken stock, the answer. The chicken bone. It's so hot, I would just pick it up, right? So
there's no salt in it.
We can fix that.